name is Otemo, and I represent Watcher Kennels. So, Watcher Kennels have been in existence for decades, so to speak, for decades. Over, I can't even recall the exact time it started. However, I have a friend who is the current chairman now of Watcher Kennels, Mr. Fash, and Mr. Fash and I, we share the same passion when it comes to the breed, Cane Corso. So over that decade, we decided to improve on the breed. We decided to do a lot of research on the breed, and we decided to bring in the best representative of the breed as at that time. So this is what gave birth to Watcher Kennels, and we have a team, a dedicated team, and everyone kind of they do their part to ensure that everything works perfectly well. So this is just a brief history of how Watcher Kennels started. It started based on passion. First of all, I would say the individuals that make up Watcher Kennels is what actually makes the kennel very unique. And then after that, the breed, what we go out for, what we look out for, is because over time and experience, we have now kind of like brought ourselves to a level that we understand what we are looking for or what breeding is about. So based on that, our breeding program is not just regular breeding programs. It's it's a deliberate breeding program. So we try our best to eradicate a lot of lapse in the breed. We try our best to get certain things. Of course, everyone who is breeding a Cane Corso knows that you have to have the right head shape, the right top line, the right angulation, hips, HD, ED, elbow dysplasia, and all those things must be right. So the elbow must be right, the hips must be right, the pastern must be right. So many things have to be right. So in Watcher Kennels, those are the things that we look out for, and this is what actually makes us unique. I'm the current president of Cane Corso Breeders of Nigeria, and Watcher Kennels has been very instrumental to the breed. I don't think there's anyone in Nigeria that doesn't know us and what we stand for in terms of integrity, in terms of value, in terms of bringing in one of the best corsos from around the world. We have sourced our stock, our breeding stock, from at least all the best recognized kennels around the world. We have stocks from Sagni Magnifica, we have from Costadinos, we have from Corso BIH, we have from Ivory Imperial. All these kennels I'm mentioning have they have dogs that have won world titles. Like Ivory Imperial has the 2019 world champion. We have a dog from there, not just one. We have dogs from there. Sagni Magnifica, Akuna Matata is still holding the world championship. We have dogs from there. So our dogs have also reproduced dogs that has gone round Nigeria. Born Like a Wolf, for example, was brought into the country by Watcher Kennels from Sagni Magnifica, and it has a lot of progenies around Nigeria. So we have contributed our own part in trying to uphold the standard of the breed. Now, apart from that, we also have been driving a lot of policies, encouraging others to be able to stick to the Cane Corso Breeders of Nigeria's standard, which has nothing to do short of the standard of the FCI and other international bodies. Well, currently we haven't received any awards or recognition because we haven't entered any competitions for now. So, if you have been following the canine world, especially for Kanekoso, you will see that we haven't had any proper dog show. And of course, I know for a fact that Kanekoso Breeders of Nigeria are working on a particular show. Watcher Kennels hope to attend that show and show the world what we have and what we've been working on, and hope to win something someday. What we like to refer to as best practice is you not cutting corners. What that simply means is you try to breed the best bitch to the best male. There's no point managing, because in the course of this journey that we have been on, we've been able to identify that even when you have the best breeds, you have the best breeds, you bring this bloodline, bring another bloodline, and you match them, the results are not even still 100%. So talk less of when you don't do it perfectly well. So that is one thing that drives us. So a simple advice I will give to anyone who is breeding the Kanekoso or wishes to breed a Koso: don't cut corners. Yes, the Koso is not a cheap dog. That's fact. It's not a cheap dog. Don't cut corners. Try your best to get the best dog. It may not be cheap, but you will do not just the breed a good thing, but yourself and your kennel as well. So don't cut corners. That's the best advice I can give. The Koso is a lot, but I must say the very first thing that strikes me, and probably strikes any other person, is the look. The first line of defense when it comes to the Kanekoso is his looks. If a Koso looks at you, I mean on a serious note, you have to be brave to withstand that look. So the looks, the courage, the dog has courage. I mean the proper bred one, and as long as it has a proper upbringing, because upbringing matters a lot. You can't abuse the dog and expect the dog to give you the 100% stuff you want. It's a brave dog, and I really really like that about dogs. Because I don't even want to go about the bite force about the dog. The dog is just an awesome breed. Yeah, so I have a few people who reach out to me and ask questions. I'm open to questions, and they ask questions about breeding, ask questions about paying, two dogs. What do you think their possible outcome would be? Probability and all that. So I lend them the advice, and hopefully they listen. And that's one way, we mentor people. And of course, the feeding of the dog, the love. We talk about the love of the dog. Don't abuse the dog. There are times in the dog's life where there's something known as flight mode. Flight and fear mode. When the dog is at a certain age, sometimes for the Koso it's 3 months and 7 months. Those periods you have to be careful. Try to avoid things that make the Koso afraid. So that you don't damage the Koso. So during the mentoring program, those are things I tell people. Oh, so Watcher Kennels, our future goals and aspiration will be to, of course, breed a dog that can actually take a world title one day. And believe it or not, we believe we can. We believe we have what it takes. Over the years, we've been breeding, so we know that we actually have what it takes. A dog that can actually win a world title. So that's our aspiration. Do not weary, do not tire. I know there's a lot going on with the doggy community, which a lot of us already know. Keep giving your best, give your 100. And don't worry, everything will still be fine. Everything is still going to be to the benefit of the breed. And eventually, Nigeria will be recognized, you know. So some of the challenges I've encountered in this breeding journey, I already mentioned earlier, but I'll mention again. Like I said, you can have two top dogs. I mean top dogs, a top beach and a top stud. You put them together, and what comes out is nothing to write home about. Now that is a major challenge. So when you look at that, you understand that in breeding, genetics play a very important role. So if you actually want to excel, you have to study genetics. You just have to. And of course, try and error in this breed. You can't meet you just have to do it. You have to keep trying. So most times it's after the fourth, fifth generation that you're able to see results. If you don't have any breeding stock up to the fifth generation, I'm afraid that your journey hasn't even started. You know, and of course, people that understand this know that when you talk about generations like this, is years of work. We're talking about lots of years of work. So that's the only way you can look at it. So what can you do to actually improve on it? It's the breeding. You have to do years of work, generational years of work. There is no cutting corners. You can't escape it. Your real result that will give you the taste that you're looking for, the right thing, is going to start from that fifth generation. So there's no cutting corners. It's consistency. You know, every breeder must have gotten to a peak where they just be like, man, the losses and everything, let me just give up. Oh gosh, I'm tired, let me just give up. But you just have to be consistent. That's the only way. That's the only way you will reach there. You're already a step, ahead. Once you take one step, you're already ahead. So you're already a step ahead. That's the only way. You just have to be consistent. So the only advice I will give the dog community, the dog world, is let's stop the bullying. Let's stop the bullying and try as much as possible to work as one. Try as much as possible to encourage each other. Um, Breathing is not for the weak. It's not for the faint-hearted. Let's try. Let's also not just because we want to get think that this thing is profitable and all that. Breeding is not profitable. There will be a time, yes, when you will be able to make something, but trust me, that's when you've gotten there, and that starts after your fifth generation, not now. You hear some people trying to sell their dogs for 250, 350, some even 150, and all that. That's not the price of a Cane Corso. That's not the price of a Cane Corso. So if you go out there, there's nowhere in the world you'll get a good Cane Corso for such ridiculous prices. So hang in there, do the right thing, and you will excel. That's just it. So I want to use this opportunity to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on these topics. I hope someone out there learns from this. Thank you.